Everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Friday pre-flight. We have an abbreviated show today because I was told by a reliable source that FNT will be half an hour early today. Now, whether or not they actually start a half an hour early is something else entirely, but they do have two very special guests. I will definitely be in the audience, and hopefully, for those of you that support Nerdrotic and everybody over there at FNT, hopefully you guys will check it out as well. Two very significant guests, one that, could get them in trouble. But it's good to see all of you. I'm glad everybody is here. I know the audience will build as we go through the show. So we've got about an hour or just about 57 minutes left until we wrap it up here. So, wow. So many things happened this week. We got a verdict in the trial that nobody could turn away from. There were, my goodness, who knows how many hundreds of million of people, how many hundreds of millions of people, hundreds of millions of people. There we go. Who knows how many actually got to see that thing at one point or another. I mean, just the sheer volume of eyeballs watching the verdict come in on various channels. He actually noting that Ricada had like 120,000 people watching him. You had 40,000 watching the Umbrella Man. That Umbrella guy. Tug did a good job, and Yellow Flash was there with him, and it was interesting. That's just how I'm going to put it. But I just want to say thank you to all of you that are here. So let's say hi to you, and then we'll dive into the rest of the stories that happened this week that were remarkable. There will be a way to get ratings for the trial. I'm just waiting for somebody to, publish them so I can get them, because it would be very interesting to me. Just out of curiosity, I really want to know how many people watched this thing, because it was a car crash. Anyway, we've got Theme Park Casual here. Do check out Theme Park Casual's channel. Somebody who really digs the theme parks, and you can tell just in the video content that he's put together so far. You've got Dr. Dragon out there. Good to see you, my friend. Olaf Von S, who rolled in here right as Midnight's Edge in the morning was finishing. What's funny is I rolled into my office, wolfed down my food, and then hit live. That's how close we were to not starting on time. We got Darius Munchausen out there. Good to see you, my friend. We got Small Time who ordered a shirt. My goodness. I sold a thing. That's cool. Thanks for checking out the shirt. Yeah. I'm going to start selling merch for the other channel as well. There's some merch that I've tried to put together multiple times for this channel that it never got off the ground. I will get around to it. The boss is working on some stuff and a different approach than I was taking, something more pure than the graphic approach I was taking. Let's just put it that way. And then we have, of course, the new channel. That gear is going to be very simplistic. So, but I can't wait, because I'm going to order it first, and then I'm going to wear it in all my videos. So, but like I said, I never anticipated anyone would buy it. But thank you for buying it. I appreciate that. Yeah. Hey, what's up, lovely Sherry? I guess the shipping fees for international is crazy. Yeah, I got to figure out a way to have a merch store in other countries. Eric Hayes here. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well, my friend. You and I are going to have to collaborate on a couple of projects, I think. Yeah, let's see, what else do we got going on here? We got Rob Altus hanging out with us as well. Let's see who else rolled through. Oh, hey, what's up? Mohammed Saeed is here. Good to see you, my friend. DS Ford is here today. Good to see you. We've got Humor and Waffles in the chat. Let's see. Hey, Sean, good to see you, my friend. And we've got Aluvrian Imakara here. Did someone say umbrella, alcohol, and fruity goodness all together? I'm there. That's right. Everybody's looking for a blue drink, Rob. Everybody's looking for one. We got Carrie's out there. Good to see you, Carrie's. Let's see who else is rolling in. Got D Bud Martin. Good to see you again, my friend. Saw you this morning. Lots of folks from this morning. Yeah, here you go. I'm a pioneer. I'm an explorer. I'm a human, and I'm coming. I'm animated. I'm alive. My heart's big. It's got hot blood going through it fast. Alex Jones. That's right. Davy Jones may have said the same thing. I don't know, maybe. And for those of you who are wondering, Davy Jones was a singer for the Monkees. He was the cute one. Who else is joining us today? We got Mr. Shirt. Hail, Mr. Shirt. Bilbo Swaggin is out there. Good to see you. Thank you guys for those of you that did subscribe to the channel, like Bilbo Swaggin and many others. The new channel, Culture to Builds. Appreciate that. Let's see. What's up, Dragon Master 360? Cody Guy's hanging out with us. This is fun. Man, this is a chill Friday, kids. I'm ready for this weekend. I really am. Got Beesman out there hanging out with us. Looks like Dapper Bard Games. Great to see you, my friend. Back from Boston, ready to take on the weekend. There you go. Indeed. Let's see. That's me scrolling, by the way. Hey, Tommy Fox is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Looking very Kenobi-ish. Let's see. We got sci-fi for me TV. Great to see you, Jason. Thanks for being here, buddy. Lord Thoth, it's been a minute, my friend. I hope everything is going well in your neck of the woods. We've got E. Clay Thomas in there. I heard they put Davy Jones in a locker when he died. Well, different Davy Jones, but perhaps. Mr. Tickle Trunks hiding there with a wave. Oh boy. Well, we got stuff to get into. Let's do it. All right. So, like I said, ratings have been coming out. Obviously, I really want the ratings for the Depp Heard trial. I think that would be fascinating. Those numbers, especially hour to hour, I can tell you probably set records for YouTube viewership for the verdict alone. Just the sheer volume of stuff. It was amazing. DS Ford is here for $5 saying, just to keep the lights on, stay safe, and please avoid the Harambe pox. Indeed. Yeah, I'm gonna be good there. I should be good. I think I'll be okay. I don't venture much from the house other than to do work things or to obviously do shopping for things that I don't grow myself or whatnot. So I'll be headed up to my cabin in the near future. I'm headed to Dallas, I guess. Maybe I have to be more careful in Dallas. That's going to be Father's Day weekend for that con that's there, the Fan Expo event. But thank you. Thank you for the $5 super chat, my friend. R.I.P. Sweet Prince. Hashtag too soon. That's right, Harambe. Indeed. But yeah, so I would be really curious what those ratings actually were for the trial, and specifically for the verdict. And then, of course, the small delay there because they didn't fill out the form right. But there are ratings coming in on other things and fan ratings and people claiming review bombs and stuff like that. So, I'm when you attack your fans, do you anticipate they're going to be overjoyed and present you with flowers? I don't think so. So we go over to Rotten Tomatoes, and they're as reliable as 1986 Pinto, but this particular thing here shows you that 60% of the audience is not super excited about the show. Whether or not they've seen it or not, don't know. One of the problems here is, anybody can put a rating on anything. And so obviously people are claiming review bomb, and that's fine, but this was lower earlier. I think it was down to 56 or 57% when I checked it up until recently. A lot of people, didn't like being called things. A lot of people don't like being told they can't criticize something because of reasons that have nothing to do with the show. So it's very, very strange indeed. We do have a member chat here from Trav101. Good to see you, my friend, all the way from the UK, saying, why isn't fan service seen as a bad thing? Why is fan service seen as a bad thing? That's a good question. Isn't it just honoring the source material? Also, watch Stranger Things 4. Surprisingly unwoke. Cheers. Actually, we're going to get into that. That's going to be one of the things that we actually have some ratings on. And I can tell Tom's here. He fires up his Wonderful commentary. Thank you for that, Tom. What's up, Max? Relax. Got a lot of folks just sneaking in here, including Tom Servo. The inventor of MIDI and Prophet 5 synthesizer passed away. That's awful. What a bummer. Dave Smith passes away. Man, I still have a keyboard that has a MIDI recorder that, you can pre-program it to do things while you're busy playing something else. It's very cool. Tommy Fox says, real Obi-Wan fan is OFC the best, but Disney made him Jake Kenobi. Indeed. Yeah. I was a real original Obi-Wan fan. I even liked Ewan's portrayal of a younger Obi-Wan. Thought it was fine. Oh, there weren't any Pintos in 86. All right. Sorry, Rob. I don't know. I was trying to come up with a good analogy. I quit. Tom Servo thinks it should be Boris Kenobi. There you go. My thoughts on fan service are pretty straightforward, Trav. I think that if you want fan service done well, you make a film like Top Gun Maverick. That's fan service. Fan service is merely the be safe, Tom, and don't die. I will miss you. So go to the doctor. Be healthy. This is unconfirmed. But my thoughts around it are that, if you do honor the source material as you suggested in your member chat, that's not a bad thing. You are in a lot of ways kind of obligated as a creator to honor your fans through the preservation of the characterization of just the characters, the films, the tone of the films. You owe it. You owe it to the fans, right? So when you look at a film, again, Top Gun Maverick, perfectly done film, honors the source material, gives you the, that your expectation, for Pete was right all along, right? And at the same time, you get incredible moments in films that do it right. Like, and this might be spoilers for some of you who haven't seen the film, but when Iceman shows back up in the film, right? You have those moments where that's just knowing your audience. That's not, if that's fan service, then fan service is not bad. Now, the problem is fan service gets thrown around a lot. You have fan service. You have fan service models, quote unquote, cosplayers. That's not actually fan service, and to each their own. But fan service is not. It's not bad in films, especially if it's done right. You are merely giving the audience what they came to see the film for, which is why Star Wars, when Disney took it over, immediately broke ranks with its most loyal fans, and they did it on purpose, and they're continuing to do it. And then they call you a bunch of names. It's just not great. But like I said, I find it fascinating, the 60% audience score. And you see some of the interesting, top tier love. You have some, interesting critiques. This is very wordy. This is somebody who obviously has watched the show and goes, deep down into some difficulties they had with it. But you're going to see a lot of these 5-star reviews, and then you're going to see half a star or whatever. With people saying stuff like Keisha V saying, "I only made it to episode 3. I'm done." And the question, Disney, why are you doing this to us? I wanted a show about Obi-Wan Kenobi training, teaching, protecting, and taking care of Luke. I'm sure a lot of people wanted that. I don't, like you said, I mean, I'm, far be it for me to say I'm the, the voice of reason on any or everything, or even this specifically. I'm not watching the show. I'm not probably watching any Disney Star Wars content ever again. They have proven themselves bad stewards of an excellent property, and they're starting to do the same thing with Marvel. You need good things. In fact, to that end, we have Mr. Tickle Truck for Canadian $2 saying, good and bad fan service, like good or bad food. Indeed. And there's a lot of bad fan service that can be done. I mean, there were moments in some Star Trek sequel films that were cringe-worthy because they were bad. They were bad fan service. Just stick inside the characters, the characterization. Give the audience what they expect. You know, subverting expectations. That's not taking care of your audience. You can do it in for a twist or something like that, but doing it the way that they do, it's awful, and I lack the adjective right now to describe it. You know, cultural locusts are what Disney has been called. I think that's probably accurate. Vandals, whatnot. I agree. We got Mexican Iron Man for $4.99 saying, I'm here for more racism. I need more. Well, I don't deliver any of that. I'm sorry. That's not my demographic, Mike. I like people, like all people. The Kenobi is a fan film on a good budget. That's probably decent characterization based on what I've heard about it, but again, not going to watch it. Max Relax says, it does sound very reasonable. Doing the same over and over and expecting a different outcome is the definition of insanity. Indeed. Disney is doing the same thing over and over. Yes, they are. Hey, what's up, Memes? Good to see you, brother. Hope everything's going well. Star Wars EU is a fine example of people who just can't get enough of milking a franchise dry. Star Wars is 6 movies. There was never, ever any need for more. Indeed. You could do a lot more exploration, and yet they still end up on a desert planet. And here's something that, Olaf points out. For me, it's the Orville and Stranger Things that excite me. Everything produced by Disney, I go, meh, pass. Oh, you're not the only one. Speaking of Stranger Things, let's take a look at the ratings for season 4 of Stranger Things, because I think, they're probably pretty good. Everything I've heard about the show is good. We've even had comments in the chat saying it's good. So let's see. Oh my goodness, 91%. My goodness. Let's see. The critics, 128 of them, say 91%. And the audience, 1,066 of them, say 91%. That is very rare that both the audience and the critics get together on the same page. Wow. Wow. Yeah, Jason at Sci-Fi for me TV says that's an accurate characterization. It's fan fiction, and that's of course in reference to Kenobi. But look, everything I'm hearing about season 4 of Stranger Things makes me want to revisit the series that I thought I was done with, because they really did lose me about midway through season 2, and I struggled to try to finish season 3. I don't think I actually finished it. And it kind of felt like it lost its oomph. Well, sounds like it got its oomph back. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it yet. We all feared carnies. I don't know about that. Well, yeah, American Horror Story did a pretty good thing about that. It was really cool. Let's see who else rolled in. Olaf says, I need to wait a month for part 2. Yeah, but they told you they were going to do that, right? Break it up into 2 volumes. And I think that's 2 episodes, and they're both like 90 minutes long. It's like 2 movies to like wrap up season 4. I'm hearing it's really, really good. Yeah, see, Loubrian says, I'm almost convinced to buy a month of Netflix to watch this. Season 3 was horrible. I was almost convinced to dip my toe back into Netflix. I have other ways of watching it, but I'm pretty interested. I mean, it sounds really good. We've got JT Gunter. What's up, my friend? Saying Hey, everybody. Well, hey to you. Late night with Cap. Fan films are usually done with love. That's true. Most of them have that. Well, I tell you what, there is a Kenobi fan film out there. You can find it on YouTube. Watch it for free. And I think you'll see it was done very, very well. Some people have said better than the show. I wouldn't know. Haven't watched the show. Yeah, Olivia says you made it through episode 1 of season 3. Oh, you wrote it off. Cautiously optimistic. That's kind of where I'm sitting too. Hardware Wars was great. Hardware Wars was incredible. Awesome One says, I'm watching season 3 of Stranger Things. All the male leads were saved by women. I'm on episode 2. Whew. Well, according to everybody else, things are better in season 4, but we'll see. Olafana says, yeah, most episodes are around an hour and 10 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, they are much, much longer. They said that. The creators, came out and said they were going to be making these long. And Netflix put the money behind it. And you know what? They're putting money behind good stuff now. That's their MO, according to them. And obviously, they're getting rid of a lot of dead weight in their company. Whew. Executive producer Sol Leawood says, if you have T-Mobile Senior Plan, you get free Netflix. Oh, wow. By the way, Stranger Things Season 4 is not bad so far. Well, evidently, based on these numbers, it looks like it's pretty good. And I'm one of those people that I put more faith in like in the audience review scores than I do in anything else, because usually they're right, unless it's artificially held, like magically Captain Marvel was magically suspended at 86 forever. How's that possible? I don't know. I do know this. One of my pet peeves is when critics tell you that something is not good throughout their written review, but then score it very high. And they're only scoring it high so, they get their access. That's the problem with access media. You hear it from all of us, probably. Everybody that gets on YouTube and talks about it eventually. You want to preserve the access to whatever they're giving you, the access to premieres, the access to early screeners, the access to, opportunities, in physical entertainment, like theme park tickets and stuff like that, and theme park stays and those things. You are always trying to preserve that access, and it compromises you. And so I just always feel better going, okay, I've seen this. I'm not paying. I'm not being paid by somebody to misrepresent something, and I'm not going to accept payment for something. And especially if I did take on like a sponsor or something, I would disclose that. I mean, that's one of the nice things I like about YouTube is they force you to disclose if you have paid promotion. I think that's important, and I watch people who do product reviews that are not paid promotion, and those are the people I trust. It's the same thing, but there's a reason that I trust the audience, and it's because they go with my gut most of the time. I think that's true for most people. When you look at stuff like this, because you've seen a film like Top Gun Maverick, where it's rated by the audience at 99%. And even the critics are high on this film. I think the critics realized, the 370 of them that actually bothered to review this, that if they gave this bad marks, they would have lost any shred of credibility that they had before. This thing has over 10,000 verified ratings, and it's still at 99%. That's ridiculous. People exiting this film were telling a cinema score that it was top marks, so much so that it, like I said, and I keep saying it, this is one of 57 films since 2000 to get an A+ cinema score. It just doesn't happen. Just doesn't happen. Got some folks roll in here. I'm sorry I'm ranting about this stuff. It's really it is what it is. You know, I like what I like, and the fact that, you know, maybe this is a little confirmation bias. Maybe. I'm just telling you. Philip A. Demick says Stranger Things 4 was choppy and the conversations didn't flow in the beginning. Last 2 episodes were great. I've heard the last 2 episodes are phenomenal and leave you in like with a sense of dread for the last 2. Is that true? Just curious. Buy a new phone on the Verizon network, you get Disney Plus. Bleh. Hey, Zod Zoltan. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, sometimes ratings are fortified. Right now, they're saying they're being fortified negatively against Kenobi. Trinoculus P. Geary said he worked for a magazine where I think Roger Ebert worked. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Gary's been around for a long time in a lot of different gigs, so it wouldn't surprise me at all. Man, he does a good job with stuff. Oof. Olivia Makara says to Olaf von S, it's not even that. If they'd watched more 80 films, they'd have done them a lot better. And yeah, I think you're referring to Stranger Things, probably. I would say if the industry... Sorry, I'm sitting up so that my back's a little sore. But if the industry would watch more 80s films, I honestly believe we would have better entertainment now. I honestly believe the people writing for cinema and television haven't seen anything good in their life. I mean, clearly the people that were tasked to produce Halo, the television series, disregarded anything that was Halo. They disregarded the lore. Again, they just took what they thought was generic sci-fi and genericed it up some more. Chris Fisk, what's up, brother? Says, LOL, gun to the head reviews sure are reliable. Yeah. And that's the other problem. Like, you know, it's I have like 3 things to do unboxings on. Actually, 4 things to unbox. I'm going to do 1 video to do all of them. Unboxing videos aren't something that I usually do on my channel, and I don't get a lot of views on them, but I have stuff to open, so I'm going to. And, you know, I will talk about the art on something. If it's a comic or a book or something, I will talk about that. I will talk about, you know, the level of detail. I will be very effusive about that. But until I actually read it through a comic book or a, you know, a novel or whatever it happens to be, I mean, how can I give you a quality review? It's the same reason why I'm really not giving you my opinion on Kenobi, because I haven't watched it. Even with clips, even with context, even with scripts. No point to do it. The audience will make the decision. I'm not going to. It's just not my jam. So I'll tell you what I like. Top Gun's great. Apollomes is here. Hey, Apollomes, good to see you. Got a lot of great folks out here today. Who else is rolling in? Got some new comments here. Hey, New Bomb Turks in the house. Good to see you, brother. Who else is here? See, I've heard this a lot about season 3 of Stranger Things, right? And I think that's why I struggled to get into it. Like I said, I don't believe I even finished it. I think I just lost interest. But I'm very interested in season 4 because of everything everybody said. Plus, the reviews are coming in and they look really, really good. Ratings are important. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, ratings give you things like, well, let me show you. Ratings give you things like this. Top Gun Maverick crossing 200 million domestic today. Flies past the 86 movie. Well, of course. I mean, adjusted for inflation, give me a break. Mission Impossible. Again, I mean, these are films that cost far less to make. This film, actually, I think ultimately after advertising is probably around 200 million. But I mean, the actual production budget, I think, was 160 at the end of the day. And that's after multiple delays and other problems with the film and stuff. Obviously, global crisis happened. But this was on June 2nd. Today is June 3rd. So it is yesterday that it domestically crossed 200 million. Could this get to 700 million? Maybe. Could it get to 8? Maybe. But reviews matter, and word of mouth matters, and customers matter, and your audience matters. They actually drive the box office. So there's another film that's up and coming. It's already been released internationally. It's getting glowing reviews, and people are, super stoked to see it. And it's this one, Jurassic World Dominion. It already hit 17 million through Thursday offshore, heading for a 50 million plus early international bow. So it's already doing well. It's already doing well. I always think this the dinosaur wrangling thing's kind of weird, but it works. And Chris Pratt's likable enough. I have a feeling this thing's going to be a little crazy. This officially opens domestically on June 10th. It also hits 44 other markets and China. So it's already got pretty decent pre-sales there. So this film will do well. Notice how Universal isn't in the fray with any of the quote-unquote SJW stuff. It's just kind of weird. So we'll see how this goes. Jurassic World Dominion, written by Colin Trevorrow, based on excerpts from the script. I would say this will probably be all right, but we'll see. I won't give them money until I know for sure it's a good film. Unlike Top Gun Maverick, which I knew was going to be a good film, and I went right away. Isn't that weird? Ratings matter. Will I do a review of Hateful Eight? Sure, why not? It's a great film. I'll watch it again and give you my thoughts. Break it down. I love everything, guys. I mean, it takes a lot for me not to like something. It really does. I always felt like I was a very soft critic on material, but I guess that turns out not to be the case. We've got our good friend, That 70s Rock Fan, for a Canadian $5 saying, "Hail, boss. Desperately sad I won't be with y'all in my one-time home city of Dallas due to work. Hope I can make it next meetup." I hope you can too. The next one will be in Vegas in August. Big one. And then after that in October in Orlando. And I intend to be at both Vegas and Orlando. And I will be probably dragging the boss with me. So, yeah. All right, Shrap, thanks for being here, my friend. We got a lot of you in and out. Thanks for coming by. I know this is going to be an abbreviated show, folks. Unfortunately, because FNT starts in 25 minutes or less, supposedly. Again, scary time. So it may start on time. We don't know. But if it does start on time, it's supposed to start in 24 minutes, 30 seconds. So let's see. Jason from Sci-Fi For Me TV says, I think Tom Cruise coming on screen ahead of the film to thank people for being in the theaters to watch. That's a classy move. Smart. I think it was so. It immediately the audience was. There were cheers. I mean, of course, I'm in a packed theater, right? But they were cheering him, saying, "It's for you guys. It's for the fans. It's for you." I mean, who does that? Pretty smart. Man of War 665, the neighbor of the beast 665 says, Stranger Things 4 is okay. Too much modernity seeps in for me. Oh, really? Okay. Well, at least I'm not going to go in with an eye shade blocking that. I'll definitely be paying attention to see. Fist bumps and dude bro hugs were not a thing in 86. This is also true. We had high fives and stuff. Yeah. They also do D&D and metalheads wonky as fuck. Well, yeah, I'll have to check it out. I still like the idea that somebody tried to put like old school D&D in a show. But we'll see. Tina Bojan is here. Greetings, young lady. Let's see who else rolled in. I'm sorry, guys. I'm always way behind on the chat. You know that. I'm notorious, but it's because I like to talk to y'all. Rob Altus is planning to see Jurassic World. That's cool. Yeah, Lou Randy Macar says, I used to babysit kids who wanted to watch Dinosaur Show on an endless loop. I've totally checked out on Dinosaur Show. Let's see. I guess that's Jurassic Park, but I understand. I think the last film is going to be the thing that puts off people this time around, but we'll see. We'll see. It still made $1 billion. Let's see. We got Read by Nature. Maybe because Klutzman already tanked their shared dark universe, and a lot of SJW stuff is being pushed from him and Abrams via Bad Robot Secret Hideout. Yeah. Yeah. Look, Universal staying out of the fray. They've been the smartest here. For across the board, whether it's their theme park division, their communications company, Comcast, which is the parent, Universal itself hasn't been diving into any of this stuff. There's been no antagonistic marketing. I'm trying to figure out a good way to say that. I always say reverse marketing. You are making me not want to see something. That's what's happening nowadays. But yeah. They're just staying miles away from it, and that's probably good. Visage Melody says, "Hey, Culture, what a day!" Am I right? Well, probably. I think it's a good day. I love Fridays. Fridays are awesome. Got 16-bit mascot here. Good to see you. We got Max Relax here saying something. I don't know. We've got video games coming from former like Blizzard people, former EA people that went off and formed their own studios. Bellier News was covering a bunch of stuff that's on its way out. I'm very excited that we're going to get good video games again. I'm very worried that Rockstar is going to underdeliver with the new GTA game because of some rumors that are out there. I just want good entertainment, and that's all I want. It's not rocket science, but it's beyond the grasp of these modern writers who are stuck up their own arses that can't respect the big picture. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's, kind of what, Man of War 665 was saying. I mean, it's if you let modernity creep into everything that you tell, you're not servicing the story. I mean, if you're writing something like, even if it's an uncomplicated horror like story, right? If you're not always writing in service of the story and the storytelling, then you're lost. And that, I think that's what gets everybody tied up nowadays is you're like, well, is this going to appeal to this Spanish person that's between the age group of 25 and 35? Is that who you're writing for? Are you writing? Just write for everybody. Don't write for specific groups. Don't write for specific people. Don't make it about that. Make it about a good story. That always wins the day. Yeah, the last Jurassic World was terrible indeed. Yeah, the Halo show was such a mess. It really was. Oh, no, I wasn't characterizing that way, my friend. Man of War 665 says, I didn't mean it was bad or must skip. Just some of the stuff tends, to me, a little too month of June for me. Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't help, again, that, they come out afterwards, after something's dropped, which might not even have more than a hint of any of that. And then they start talking about, well, it really means this, and it's an allegory for that. And then you're like, you guys freaking maroons. First of all, if you've seen the material and you are like, what the hell are you talking about? I mean, you're making yourself a liar. I mean, and the people who are desperately going to cling to that, those are the people that you want. Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying. I'm still going to see it. Still interested enough to see it. Anything that shows D&D pre-snowflakes at the coffee shop and showcasing all the isms is a plus. That's right. Wow, I'm way behind, guys. I'm so sorry. Somebody get yeeted? It's a trap. Greetings, my friend. Trying to find comment here. You are pouring one out for Star Wars. Used to be fun a long time ago. That's right. Yeah, it's a trap productions. Haven't seen you in a minute. I hope everything's going well, my friend. Let's see. Do you think Alex Jones will join FNT since his company is bankrupt? He's going to be fine. Awesome one. It's not. I think it's a restructure, and that's a financial strategy, my friend. But I I think it'll be interesting. I think FNT is going to be interesting in about 15 minutes. I think so. Oh yeah, V Rising. That's right. Thank you, Dragon Master 360. Let's see. The only game I'm looking forward to is Ren Sport. I'll have to look that up. What's up, Chris the Brisk? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good entertainment has become the diamond in this Marxist coal mine these days. Oh, wow. That's an interesting characterization. I think that you might be right, but we're getting more diamonds lately. I'm sorry. I'm with Quarter Black Garrett, who tweeted this week that, a list of things that we've got, good things that we've gotten in the last 12 months. Spider-Man, No Come Home, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Northman. I know some people didn't like Northman, but Northman. Obviously, Top Gun Maverick. Been some good things. There's even been some good television, which I thought was dead. I really did. I'm playing Saints Row 3 Remastered. Great entertainment, just fun blowing things up and never really frustrating. Yeah, Saints Row was incredible. The new Saints Row, when does that drop? It's coming out soon. Is it this month? At the end of summer? I know it's soon. Pre-orders are available right now. I think you can go through Steam or PlayStation Network or Game Pass with Xbox. I'm not buying the game. I love the game. I love the franchise. The add-on that you got from the president thing, which was Gat Out of Hell. It was very entertaining. Lots of fun. They sent it out as a standalone later on, but it was very good. Humor and Waffle says, I was totally taken out of Stranger Things when Eleven started talking about how she supports Amber Heard. Well, there you go. Yeah. Millie Bobby Brown is hit and miss. And I feel like some days, there's a publicist that's, there, and some days there's not. Who else rolled in here? Yeah, I think you're right there, Manowar 665. Louvrian and Makar might make it all about dolls. Quite possible. Let's see. Chris Fisk says AAA game development is a lost cause. It's been hijacked and co-opted by Marxist activists. They chased away all the devs with any talent. I wasted a decade in that sinking ship. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, but you're hanging out with us now, so that's cool. Alex is smart on this one. Saving money before the crash. Indeed, Chris. Yeah, a lot of these corps are starting to have their bean counters look at these things and go, oops. Here's something weird, right? And I don't normally talk about this on my channel, right? But even Forbes Even Forbes is writing articles now how ESG is just driving us to bad places. Read an article about the pipe dream that's being sold everybody by the folks that went to visit Davos. So. Manowar 665, neighbor of the beast, says 15 minutes. Wow, you should have that chronic optimism checked with a physician. I will, but it could happen. Seriously, they set the clock up to 30 minutes today, so we'll have to see. I feel the need to see Maverick. You should, Lord Thoth. It's very good. Hey, Tim, I'm sorry I couldn't connect with you last week. Thanks for the invite. We'll try to do that sometime. I love Top Gun. But Tim's talk. Check out Tim, man. He's got a channel, got a TikTok, does some stuff. Check out Tim. I think Snowdub's in the house too. Emotionally unstable. Amphibian is joining us today. Good to see you. Okay. The Orville season premiere was legendary. R.I.P. Norm Macdonald. Indeed, and I have to see it yet. Don't spoil it for me. Everybody's saying how good it was. Don't do it. Don't spoil it. Somebody said something about Raised by Wolves. There it is. Raised by Wolves was canceled by HBO Max after 2 seasons, says Uncle Remus. My question is, how would you characterize the show? Because I've heard both sides of this story. Just curious what you guys think. Hey, Martin Vasquez, good to see you. Molokai, Punk Trace says, I'm thinking about rejoining HBO Max, but I'm not sure if it's worth $9.99 a month. Culture Casino. I think right now HBO Max is the only place to get value for your money. Interesting statistics, and this is going to be in a video for either Monday or Tuesday. I think I have a tech video already set for Tuesday, but for next week, I'm going to be talking specifically about the fact that streaming services can be an incredible waste for people, because a lot of the time people are only subscribing to watch 1 or 2 things, and then they keep it year round. Doesn't seem like a sound financial strategy, either for the customer or for the, content provider. So something's going to give. Yeah. Get woke, go broke is real indeed. Yeah, we're watching that in real time in a lot of these game companies especially, but pretty much across all media now. Let's see. Chris de Bliss says, I will watch Orville later today. It was long waiting. It was. This was like the longest I think we've had to wait for anything. It's crazy. I haven't seen the date on this, Read by Nature, but Norm's Netflix special is due to come out. I think I'm pretty sure it's this summer. I don't remember what the dates were. I will try to find that out for you, my friend. Let's see who else is out there. Yeah, Rob, a lot of people are just coming to the realization that they are wasting tons of money on streaming services. They really are. Hey, seriously, count how many things you watch on Netflix. 2, 3. Count how many things you watch on HBO Max. Probably more. There's more to offer. Disney plus. There's people aren't really. They get on board for these TV shows, maybe, but even those numbers are depressed right now. They had their biggest ever blah, blah, blah. Bologna sausage. I call bologna sausage. We'll see better. We'll know better after the Nielsen numbers come out about the total streaming minutes. We'll know better. Yeah, R.I.P. Norm indeed. Yeah, kind of missed that, man. What a great sense of humor. Talk about courage under extreme circumstances and extreme situations all the way, knowing you're probably not going to be with people any longer, and yet you still are compelled to do something. I hope I have that fortitude as I get older. Yes, Mike Judge is coming out with the new Beavis and Butthead movie. Indeed. We talked about it this morning on the 6 Minute Daily, Bilbo Swaggin', and let me tell you, the trailer dropped. It's going to be out June 23rd only on Paramount Plus. That's right. It's going straight to the streamer. So there you go. What's up, Daryl? Good to see you, buddy. Tom went to the doctor, Snow. We've got a super chat from Aluvrian Imakara for $5. Says, have you gotten my recent emails, or are they getting caught in spam filters? I'm gonna have to go through the spam filters, Aluvrian. I will go spelunking in there. So the answer to that is no. I will go in there though. Happy weekend and more Maverick. Indeed, young lady. Indeed. Let's see. There you go. Just get Surfshark for $17 in Malaysia. There you go. Man, we got to talk about ARPU someday. I know that bores people to pieces, but let me tell you, these streaming services are learning a valuable lesson. Yeah, a lot of people will subscribe for 1 month and then move on. Some people just set up a new email and use the trials. That's a good way to go about it. Do all kinds of stuff like that. And this is the other problem with these streaming services. If you have a family that has a broad age gap, like you're describing there, Tina, I get it. I really do. But I mean, 4 or 5 streaming services is a load to carry. I mean, you're back up paying, you might as well just be on cable again. It's crazy. Let's see. Yeah, the DC stuff and the past HBO shows like True Blood are things that I like to watch on HBO Max. Yeah, me too. And that's like I said, I mean, I think of the streaming services right now, I think HBO Max is probably the best bang for your buck with the most content, and the breadth of it. It spans a lot of time. Plus the old quality HBO premiere television stuff, prior to season 6 of Game of Thrones, season 5 even. I don't know. It started going downhill, I think, after 4, but I could be wrong. Oh yeah, I think it's just a regular appointment, Cody guy, so no worries there. Spelunking in the spam filter sounds like the start to a great new franchise, indeed. Chris Fisk is subbed to Hulu for Orville. When it's over, I'll cancel. I did the same with Netflix for Cobra Kai. A lot of people did. Yeah, this is amazing. Xbox Game Pass for $1 for 3 months. Just quit after. Yeah, a lot of people do that. Well, we're running out of time, folks. Christmas, we get Orville on mainstream TV, the Paramount channel. They're running a season behind on STD. Oof. Martin Vasquez has just canceled my HBO because I didn't watch now, but I should have watched the classic Jurassic Park movies. Yeah. Gosh, the first film was really good. It even holds up today. And that's because, again, I mean, a lot of people are like, there's so much CGI. I'm like, there's a lot of practical effects in that film. It's not as much CGI as you think. It's very impressive. Yvonne Solomon says, I used to watch a ton of movies on Netflix, but since they rarely renew their distribution contracts, I started buying those movies that I like on Blu-ray. Yeah. I figured it out. I'm like, Netflix used to save me money back in the day because it kept me from buying a bunch of films. I would have been better off just buying a film or two every month financially, skipping the Netflix. I mean, what are there 3 shows on Netflix that people watch regularly that are good and they don't, just, and they all binge them. So pick up Netflix right before, right before the show drops or right as the show drops, and then watch it and then bye. That's what the trials are for. New Bomb Turk. I just hoist my skull and crossbones flag and go sailing. I watch everything for free, and a lot of people have been doing that lately. There's some interesting numbers on piracy that are out there now. Let's see. The first Dinosaur Show was a great film until you've seen it 300 times. Practical effects for the win. Indeed. And Chris Fisk reminds everybody, buy physical media. Physical media. Nobody can censor revise your Blu-rays. I can see Daryl Hannah's butt cheeks because I have the DVD. Indeed. Oh, you love the Robbie Amell series. Okay, upload. All right, good enough. Oh wow, I didn't know this. Frank Frazetta's daughter's on Pop Culture Minefield. That's cool. Gary and the guys over there do a great job. So, yeah, if you're not headed to FNT, which is going to begin in 3 minutes or less, there you go. Check out Pop Culture Minefield, a few other places as well. I'm not sure I'll be on anything tonight. We'll see. But other than that, I had a wonderful time with all of you. You guys are absolutely the best. I really do appreciate you. You guys have no idea. And I'm not just saying that, I mean it. The new channel is going very well. Thank you for those supporting Cultured Builds over there. I will put up a new video over there on Wednesdays. So it's going to be like a once a week thing over there. And that's pretty much it. All kinds of stuff going to go on that channel. Let me tell you, I've been put to task by a lot of different people that I know, friends and family. So that channel is going to have a lot of diverse content: kitchen remodel, bath remodel, indoor, outdoor, garage door stuff, you name it. So anyway, everybody have a super day and a wonderful weekend. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Be seated. This time we're landing in about 1 minute. Thank you.